Hi everybody, just wanted to make a quick little video showing how I've changed the scaling of my Pepakura file. As you can see from one of my previous videos, the original file that I received for this particular helmet was much too large for my head, so I've had to go in and rescale this particular file to fit my head properly. To do that, I was originally using Pepakura Viewer, which is the free version, and you can only view the file, you can't make any changes, modifications, etc. So I downloaded Pepakura Designer, and it's actually a piece of software that you can download for free, but if you want to save any changes that you make, you'll have to pay for it. So instead of paying for it for the time being, since it's my first project, sort of giving a test run, I've just put all of my notes on a notepad file here so that I can come back and re-enter the values if I need to. So I originally started off with the original scale that the file came in. I found a formula on one of the forums that said to take your height in inches and divide that by 86, which will give you a value. So I did, I'm 6 feet tall, so 72 inches divided by 86 equals this 0.8372, whatever. So if you times that by the original scale value, that should give you something that's a little bit closer to what should fit your body. So we got this value of 24.96. Well, I entered that into the system, printed out, started recutting again, and it ended up being much too small. So the 29 was much too large, the 24 was much too small, so I decided, hey, you know what, I'm going to take a value that's in between these two and use that for my third version of the helmet. So what I did was I took this value again here, and within Pepakura Designer, if you go up into the 2D menu and go under change scale, there's a scale factor option where you can come in, and now I can change my scale here to be this 27.39 that's listed in my file. And when I click OK, you'll notice that the files actually resize here, and I can actually now click in the particular file and rearrange so that these will fit within each of the pages here, so that when I do my printing, it's not not printing the file properly. Before I go in and do all this, though, I should actually come in and take a look at the print paper settings, because what I noticed is that the actual file was set up to be used on an A4 piece of paper. So I'm going to change this to letter, because that's what we use here in the US. And then click OK, and you'll notice that it resizes this for me. So I can now come in and again do my little layout here so that each of these files will print properly. I'm not going to bother going through all of that just because it's, you don't need to see it. But that's just quickly how you can come in here and change this file so that it can fit to a scale. Obviously, you're going to have to play around with it a little bit. I'm actually debating on making a fourth version of this helmet, which is slightly larger. But we're going to see how it goes from here, and hopefully this was helpful. I wanted to say again, thank you, Self, for your video that sort of walks through this, as well as everybody else in the RFP that's giving me some advice on how to actually modify this particular file here. Alright, well, thanks again, everyone.